Let me take you back, not just to Wall Street and not just to corporate America, but to the hidden alleys of human ambition. The boardrooms where confidence turns to catastrophe, the trading floors where fear becomes contagious, and the quiet offices where a single decision can ripple across the entire economy. This is the world of business adventures, a world captured by John Brooks with the precision of a historian and the dramatic flair of a novelist. Our journey begins on a tense morning in 1962. The stock market, normally buzzing like a well-oiled machine, suddenly cracks. Prices fall, phones scream, traders shout over one another. But Brooks doesn't show you spreadsheets or charts. Instead, he shows people, shaken, uncertain, caught in a storm of their own emotions. Because in Brooks's universe, markets don't collapse because numbers shift. They collapse because people panic. And this idea becomes the unseen thread stitching all 12 stories together. From the chaos of Wall Street, the scene shifts, and we find ourselves in the proud boardrooms of Ford Motor Company in the 1950s. A new car is about to be born, a car executives believe will dominate America. The Ford Edsel. Charts predict glory. Focus groups nod approvingly. Forecasts point upward like rockets. But when the Edsel finally rolls out, America simply shrugs. The narrator watching the failure unfold whispers a subtle truth. Sometimes the greatest corporate disasters come not from bad products, but from misreading the public, overestimating certainty, and trusting forecasts a little too blindly. The Edsel becomes a symbol, a monument to the danger of believing your own hype. Now the story shifts to a different battlefield, the world of stock manipulation and pride. We meet Clarence Saunders, the fiery founder of Piggly Wiggly, who finds himself locked in a duel with short sellers. He fights back with everything he has: money, strategy, ego. For a moment, it even seems he might win. But Wall Street isn't kind to pride. And when the dust settles, Saunders loses his empire, proving one of Brooks's quietest lessons. Ego is the most expensive currency in business. Next, we step inside the glittering rise of Xerox, a company that soared to success so quickly it nearly toppled under its own weight. Brooks guides us through the dazzling innovation, the dizzying stock growth, and the uncomfortable truth: success doesn't always strengthen a company. Sometimes, it exposes its cracks. Because rapid growth demands structure, and Xerox found itself overwhelmed, caught between innovation and organization, between brilliance and chaos. In this story, the narrator reminds us, success magnifies weaknesses just as powerfully as it magnifies strengths. Then, like peeling back the curtain of a morally gray theater, Brooks takes us into the secret meetings of General Electric. There, behind closed doors, executives quietly agree to fix prices, not out of greed alone, but out of fear. Fear of competition, fear of losing market share, fear of falling behind. It begins small: a conversation, a nod, a handshake. And before anyone realizes, a full-blown conspiracy has taken form. Brooks's voice resonates. Ethical failures rarely begin with villains. They begin with ordinary people who make one small compromise, then another, and another. Across all these stories, from the rise and fall of companies to the triumphs and mistakes of iconic leaders, Brooks leads us toward one haunting, unforgettable truth. Business is not about numbers. Business is about people. And people are unpredictable. Markets surge because people feel confident. Markets crash because people feel fear. Companies grow because leaders are clear-minded. Companies collapse because leaders become blind to their own weaknesses. Every triumph in the book carries the fingerprints of human courage. Every disaster carries the fingerprints of human error. By the end of this journey, after scandals, crashes, victories, and failures, you walk away with lessons not told directly in the pages, but etched into the experiences of the characters. That companies fail more from misjudgment than from competition. That confidence can be more dangerous than a bad product. That success without structure becomes chaos. That small ethical slips become corporate disasters. And that ego, left unchecked, can destroy even the strongest empire. Business Adventures isn't just a book of business stories. It's a mirror, showing us that behind every headline, behind every iconic company, behind every triumph or downfall, stands a human being making choices. And that is why decades after its publication, Bill Gates and Warren Buffett still call it the best business book ever written. Because it doesn't teach you business, it teaches you people. And once you understand people, you understand every adventure that business can take you on.